Hi, today we're going to do a pick a card reading for anybody who is single and is interested in knowing when and how are you gonna find your next love. I don't make any distinction in any gender identity or sexual orientation. I believe love is for everybody, so this pick a card reading is for anybody who is looking for love. If you want to know how pick a card readings with me work, check out the description box below, but now let's go over the pile options. Pile number 1, I have this cute Selenite heart. Really pretty for pile number 1. And for pile number 2, I have a piece of rose quartz. Quite a big piece of rose quartz. So for pile number 3, I love this crystal. This is Labradorite. It's really gorgeous. The lighting is not doing it justice, but I love Labradorite. You can see my ring light in there. And then for pile number 4, I have a big piece of raw tiger's eye. So that is for pile number 4, a piece of tiger's eye. So take a little moment to focus on which one feels right to you and find your timestamp below, and let's get started with your reading. Hi, pile number 1, you chose the Selenite crystal. So let's take a look. I'm using the Light Years Tarot because I love it. Okay, first I want to know a little bit about you so you can actually know if you are tuning into the right pile. First of all, I have the 8 of Wands. I don't know if you are someone who tends to sort of rush into love, but the 8 of Wands is about wanting quick results. I don't know if you're necessarily getting quick results, but it's something that you're looking for. You're someone who, because it's the 8 of Wands and Wands is fire energy, so there's a lot of passion. You put a lot of passion in maybe your crushes. If you find someone that you're interested in, you tend to not necessarily want to rush things, but things tend to feel very intense for you. I also have the Ace of Cups. You are open for love. The Ace of Cups is a card of opening yourself up to love, the chance at new emotions or the chance at new love. I think that for you, self-love is also very important to have. I think it's important for everybody to have a healthy dose of self-love before you enter a relationship with anybody. But I think that for you, there is even more of an emphasis of self-love. I don't know if you often practice self-love, if that is something that is very present, maybe in your own spiritual practice. And then I have the Knight of Cups. You seem like such a romantic person. The Knight of Cups is someone who is on a quest for love. So you're very much actively looking. Maybe you don't really know where to look, or you feel like you haven't found your Prince Charming or Princess Charming or Person Charming, but you do believe that they are out there. So I said Prince Charming because I feel like that is this Knight of Cups. So I feel like you are a very romantic person and you definitely have ideals. You have this ideal image, what love or what your relationship, like what you want it to look like. Let's see, what is it exactly that you are looking for in another person? I see the 3 of Pentacles. You want to be a team. You don't want to be in a relationship where you feel like you are, of course you want to have 2 separate identities and you want to be 2 separate people, but you want to feel like you are a team. That when you go through life, that you feel like you're going through life as a team. You know those couples who seem to really always support each other and really have each other's back, and they sort of not, I say fulfill each other, or it's not really fulfill each other, it's just that they have different talents, and that makes it that they're such a great team, because that is what the case is with the 3 of Pentacles, at least for me. You can see in the card, everybody has their own job, everybody has their own talents, everybody has their own thing that they do based on what they're good at and what their interests are. And that is what it should be like in team, where one person might, there's a word for that in English that I am not getting. If you chose pile number 1, let me know the word that I am looking for. It's like you fulfill each other, but you like fit, you just fit, you know, where one person is like this and the other is like this. You fit because you I don't know, you mesh just really well. That is what I'm looking for. So let's see, or that is what you're looking for in a relationship. I also have the Queen of Wands. You don't want to lose your passion. You don't want to lose your fire when you are in a relationship. You are definitely romantic and you have this idea of what an ideal person is for you, but you're also very much looking to stay true to your own identity, to your fiery, independent self. You don't want to lose that when you're in a relationship. And maybe you're even looking for someone who also has sort of that similar fiery energy, but who doesn't like dim your light, but who makes your light shine even more. And then I also have the Devil. This is interesting. This is, to me, especially in this card, is about temptation. To me, with this card specifically, it's like being tempted. It's like almost like a forbidden love, maybe, is something. Do you like the I'm saying boys, you don't have to like guys, but like the bad boy type, like bad girl type, the bad person type, you know? That sort of vibe is what I'm getting here that you are interested in. You don't want to go for like the shy person, the one that feels really, really safe right off the bat. You want to have a safe environment. You want to feel safe with someone, but you also sort of like the adventure a little bit. So that is what I'm getting here for what you're looking for. So now let's get into the meat and potatoes. Where are you gonna find your next love? Like, what are you gonna be doing? How can you actively find them? How can you find your next love? I have the Four of Wands. They might be closer than you think, because the Four of Wands to me is a card of stability, a card of building a foundation, having a foundation. So this might be someone who you already know and you've already built a strong foundation with. It can also be just someone who lives close to home, because this is also to me like a home card. So it might be someone who actually lives really close to you. Maybe it's one of your neighbors. I don't know if you have a crush on one of your neighbors. I don't know. But it might be someone who is pretty already close to you. I don't know if you've met them yet. Maybe they still have to come into your life. But I think for most of you watching, they are already in your life as I don't know, as just someone you know. So let's see what else I can get, how you're gonna find your new love. The Moon. It's almost like something secret. Again, with the forbidden love that we had with the Devil card. Maybe it's someone who's already in your circle who you're not really supposed to be with, or when you are starting a relationship or a situationship, as the youth calls it these days. It makes me feel so old. But that you have to keep it a secret. And maybe that's part of the charm a little bit of the relationship. It could also possibly potentially cause some restraints on the relationship. But that is what I'm getting here with the Moon. With the Moon, not everything is as it seems. So there might be someone in your life right now that you have a certain relationship with that might be much deeper than you realize. So that is interesting. So it's like someone who you might already know, who might be a little bit taboo, like a little bit of a forbidden love that you have to keep a secret, or maybe they have a secret crush on you. It could also be like that, or you've already had a secret crush on them for a long, long time. Super interesting. Like, what I think of with the Moon card is not everything is as it seems, but what that means could be different for everybody who's watching. So take that for what it is. I also have the Hierophant. Not some of you wanting to start a relationship with your teacher, or maybe some of you are teachers, or like it could be a coworker, or the person who you like is a teacher, but they're not your teacher and you're not in school even anymore. Like, those would be the good the good situations. I'm sorry. Like, yeah. But the Hierophant is a teacher sort of person. So they don't even have to be like a teacher as a profession, but they could be like even a yoga teacher or an instructor or something like that. They could be teaching people or be an inspiration for people. They could help people, like what you can see here in this card. Let me zoom you in. I haven't done this for another card yet, but what I like about this card is you can see the stairs going up as if they are like guiding someone through their potential, and they are sitting here and they are here to help you sort of feel at ease for the journey that is to come. So it's that sort of energy that I feel like either they have, or that is the energy around the situation where you're gonna find someone with your next love. With that, I do want to say that I think you should be very mindful of a possible power imbalance, because that could be it with like a teacher-student sort of energy. I'm not saying that you're the student, they're the teacher, or otherwise, like the other way around, but it's that sort of energy or that sort of power imbalance that could possibly be there if you're not careful. So that is something that I think you should be mindful of. So now I just want to pull some cards on just general things that you need to know for this next love, for finding this next love, for this new relationship. What is it that you need to know? I have the Temperance card, balance. Again, I think with the possible power imbalance that there could be, I think you should be mindful of keeping that balance and knowing that they are not better than you. And again, with the Devil card for what you're looking for, I think that maybe because you have this ideal person in mind, maybe, that you feel inclined to maybe not necessarily belittle yourself, but make yourself smaller than you actually are and that you deserve to be. And I think there should be more balance in there, be more equality in there is what I'm getting here with balance. I also see Temperance as a healing card. I see that for the Star too, but for Temperance as well as a healing card. As here you can see that the Temperance is like an angel with their angel wings. So like nobody like is an actual angel. We all have, which is interesting because we literally have then the angel and the devil, so that's funny. Nobody is an angel, nobody is the devil. There's nuance and there needs to be a balance between that. So if you like the bad person sort of type, then still be mindful that you need to feel safe in a relationship as well. So I think that is just very important for you to know right now. So pile number 1, that was your reading. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments down below how it resonated. You can also book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me in case you're interested. Link will be in the description box below. Subscribe if you want to see more pick a card readings. And for now, I want to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Hi, pile number 2, you chose the Rose Quartz crystal, which is the typical crystal for love, isn't it? So let's take a look. First, I want to take a look at what your energy is so that you'll know if you chose the right pile. What is your energy, pile number 2? I have the Emperor. You like to be in charge. You like to be in control. You like to have charge, to have control over your own life. Maybe you also like to have control over your love life, which is why you are watching this pick a card reading. Interesting. So let's find out some more information about you. I have the Knight of Wands. Those are 2 like fiery cards. The Knight of Wands is someone who likes adventure. Like there can be a balance between being in control but still wanting to have fun, still having that desire for an adventure, for something fun. I don't know if you like to travel. That is definitely something that I see with the Knight of Wands often, someone who loves to travel. Maybe you are someone who even travels for business, because that is what we can see with the Emperor as well. It could be like a business or a business owner. That is like Emperor energy, but for overall, I think for most of you, this means that you like to be in control, while also very much craving someone, wanting someone who you can just be yourself with and have a lot of fun with. So I also, I have the Devil. I had that for the previous reading as well. And like, especially with this card, I see temptation, but you can also see this as like not wanting to do everything like by the rule book is what I'm feeling, and like not following the rules is what I'm getting. And you don't mind if someone is a little bit different. Maybe you have a different view on what love is, and maybe you have a different view of what a relationship is than maybe, I don't know, the mainstream like thoughts, mainstream, I don't know, whatever. Like what is mainstream? Maybe you have different thoughts on that, and maybe different view on that. That's interesting. I'm not really getting anything specific for that, but I think that if you chose this pile and it's the right one, that might resonate with you. So now I want to take a look at what is it that you're actively looking for? What is it that you're looking for? I see the Hanged Man. You like someone who sees things differently as well. That is what I see with the Hanged Man. In relationships, I've also seen this card indicate that you've had a very troubled past, maybe with love, but just a very troubled past. This is like the calm after the storm. So you've previously gone through the storm and you're now ready for the calm period, or you've been in the calm period and you're looking for a little bit of an adventure again, but not like maybe as traumatic as your previous storm was. But you're definitely looking for something that is completely different from what you've had before. You're ready for a new perspective. Maybe your previous relationship or your previous encounters with people, with dating people, were really not fun, and that made you not necessarily give up on love, but really want to take a break from love, and you're finally open to a new perspective on love again. So that's great. So let's see, what else can I pick up on what you are interested in, what you're looking for. The Knight of Wands. This is about pushing through, and that final push to reaching your goals, that final push to getting what it is that you want. So I don't know if this means that you are pushing through after that rough period and you've decided to no longer give up on love, and you've decided to sort of get back out there. Or it could be that you are actively looking for someone who is determined. You don't like someone who easily gives up. You like someone who is determined. You want someone to fight for you. You want to feel like you are loved. You want to feel like they fight for you. They would maybe not necessarily physically fight for you, but that you want them to show that they really, really care and that they are really serious. You want more of a commitment than what you've had previously. You're looking for a commitment. Like, you want to have fun, you're looking for an adventure, but you don't want like a short adventure. You want an adventure long term, whatever that means for you. So let's see if I can find anything else. Eight of Wands. I had this for the previous reading as well, but that was for their energy, and this is for your energy. So anyway, sorry, I just a thought popped in my head that it's funny that for the previous reading the cards were flipped, but yeah. Anyway, what you're looking for with the Eight of Wands, this is about quick developments. So I would think you like someone who falls head over heels for you, who would do anything for you, who would, how do I want to say this? I'm not really sure, because I almost feel like before I pull this card, you're not someone who would love to like rush into things, but maybe with the right person, if someone is the right person, if you actually feel like rushing in with them. I don't know if that makes sense. It might for some of you, but I'm not really getting anything specific. So now let's take a look at how can you find your next love? How can you find them? Where can you find them? I have the Ace of Cups. That doesn't really say much to me, because this is just putting yourself out there. Well, maybe it is, because this is to me about putting yourself out there, opening your heart, and allow yourself to receive love from others. I think it's gonna be really important for you. I pulled this card for the previous reading too. Like, if you were having doubts between reading one or two, bunch of overlapping cards. Anyway, I do see the Ace of Cups as a self-love card as well. So self-love is gonna be really important for you. Let's see what else I can pick up on. I have the Six of Swords. There's something that you need to leave behind. I don't know if it is a thought pattern. I don't know whatever it is. Might be a person, might be someone from the past who you've been holding on to, but you need to let go of something and you need a transition. You need to move forward. I don't know if this is a transition in your career, in your family, in your home life. There needs to be a transition, and after that, you're gonna be able to open your heart and allow this new person in your life, almost, is what I'm getting. Let's see if I can get something else. I also pulled this card. Like, I swear, I keep shuffling the cards. I keep shuffling the cards and pulling out random ones that spring out or jump out. But the Moon card, it's about secrecy. What I also always associate with the Moon card is nothing is as it seems. So there might be some things that seem really different. Like for the previous pile, I thought of someone who you already know, but I don't really know if that is true. It might be really. I'm thinking of like the person who like takes your coffee order, like. You see them all the time, but you don't see them as like a potential love interest. I'm not saying go hook up with your local coffee maker, but I am saying it's that sort of energy, like, oh, I never really saw them like that, but maybe there's an opportunity there. So it's that sort of energy that I'm getting. So I just want to know, what is it that you really, really, really need to know to find your next love? Okay, of course, a card jumps on the floor, and it's the Five of Wands, which is a card of conflict. It's a card of inner conflict. Because it is the Wands, I also feel like it's very fiery. I think that your next love is gonna be a great palate cleanser. I don't know if they're gonna be for the long term, but it's gonna be necessary for you to move on to something that will be for the long term, that will be a great commitment. And it doesn't mean that the next person is not worth your energy, because it might not be it for the long term, because you can learn from any relationship. Some lessons are more fun to learn and some are a little bit harder to learn. I think this one is gonna lean more to the fun side, just because we also have the Knight of Wands in the reading. But I also think that there might be a lot of secrecy that comes with this relationship, but also conflict. So there might be some fights. This might also be inner conflict, because what I see here is 5 of the same person being in conflict, not really knowing what to do. So it might be a lot of inner conflict as well. I don't know if you might be struggling with your sexual orientation and it's going to be an experimentation in that sort of way. You're in conflict about that. That could be it. But that is what I'm getting here for you, pile number 2. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me, you can do so through the link in the description box below. If you want to see more pick card readings, definitely subscribe to this channel, because I do them all the time. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Hi, pile number 3. You chose the Labradorite crystal, and because you chose it, I want to zoom in a little bit more on this, because it really is so gorgeous. Why is it not picking up on camera how gorgeous it is? Because I love Labradorite. It's beautiful. Anyway, pile number 3. Let's take a look if you chose the right pile. So I'm gonna try and tune into your energy and see what you are all about regarding your love life. I have the 10 of Wands. Burdens, feeling super overwhelmed. I don't know how your love life's been looking previously. I don't think it's been all rainbows and sunshine and butterflies and all that good stuff. It might have been really tough. You might still be carrying some baggage because of it. So yeah, we're just jumping right into that. We're just jumping right into baggage. But yeah, I do think that you've been through a lot, and that you are just super ready to sort of leave it behind or start healing from it, and to just move on and to find someone new. So let's see what else I can see about you. Ooh, let's take a look. I see the Ace of Wands. You're ready to finally find that spark again. That is what the Ace of Wands is about to me. Finding that spark, finding that fire, finding the passion. I'm not saying that you don't have it right now, but it's being stifled by this Ten of Wands energy, which is interesting because it's like the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Wands, so the first and the 10th. So that is interesting, but I feel like it's almost being overshadowed, but you're slowly starting to let that fire burn brighter and burn more passionately, which is great. And then I have the Page of Wands. Wow, if you're not a fire sign or have prominent fire energy in your birth chart, I don't know. But we have the Page of Wands here, and this is like the wonder, the curiosity, the excitement, the wanting to try all the things. And I think this is gonna, I don't want to say the right person is gonna bring this out in you, because I don't like that, because I think you can be the best version of yourself by yourself as well. But I think that you haven't really felt like you were allowed to be this person, this fun, out there, open-minded person who just wants to try all different things and likes to be excited about things. Maybe your previous experiences have made you feel like that is, I don't know, childish, or that it's not attractive or whatever, but you're gonna slowly find yourself to be more your authentic self, and I think that's amazing. So let's take a look at what are you looking for in a significant other. Ooh, let's see. I have the World. This is about completion. You want someone maybe to travel the world with, like I can see the world like literally like travel. You want someone to travel the world with. You want someone who you can experience things with. You want someone for the rest of your life. This is like completing a cycle. I see this as completion. So an achievement as well. You want someone to share things with. You want someone for the long term. That is what you want. You want someone. You very much have this idealistic sort of idea. I don't really know how to really put that into other words than that, but I hope that makes sense. So let's see what else I can get. What are you looking for? Pile number 3 in your significant other. I have the Nine of Wands. I had that for, I think, the previous reading as well. I see this as you want someone who is really determined about you, who definitely just generally is determined and doesn't really give up easily. That's not what you find attractive. You don't find it attractive when people give up very easily, but you want someone to fight for you. The Nine of Wands is about that final push, fighting the fight to push through, and that is what you are looking for. That is what you find attractive. Someone who fights for you, not physically necessarily, but you know, someone who you know is there for you and that you can really count on when things get rough. Let's see. I also have the Ace of Cups. I am getting so many cards like in multiple readings. I had this in 1 and 2 as well. Well, this is a card about opening yourself up to love. At least that's how I see it. Opening up your heart for love, opening yourself up for self-love. That is going to be really important. You don't want someone who is insecure. You want someone who's confident, who is open-hearted, who is totally open to just let you in. You don't want this emotionally unavailable sort of energy. You're not interested in trying to change someone if they're like emotionally unavailable. You don't think like, oh, I can fix that. You know, I want to be the one who fixes them. You're done with that. Maybe you've had that mindset in the past, but you're over that. If not, you should be over that. And I'm telling you, that's not what you need. That's not what you need. You need someone who really wants to fight for you. And if they don't, well, that sucks for them. Okay, let's take a look. How can you find them? How are you gonna find this love? Let's take a look. I have Strength. When you radiate confidence, when you really radiate being your authentic self, like I like the phrase, your vibe attracts your tribe. So I think that with your vibe, with your radiance, you're gonna attract the right person to you. They are just gonna feel really, really drawn to you. And maybe if you are into magical practices, you could do maybe some glamour magic. You could do some glamour magic or rituals where you sort of not necessarily manifest, but put intentions in the way that you look, like what you want to attract. You can do that with your hair, with your makeup, with your clothes, with your accessories, all that sort of stuff. So let's see, what else? How can you find your next love? Two of Wands. This is funny because the Two of Wands is about planning and not necessarily, well, it is about exploring sort of what could be out there, like planning all the potential ideas. And the Three of Wands is actually going out there and doing the work. So it's interesting that the Three of Wands isn't showing up, but the Two of Wands is showing up. So it could be that, like, if you're planning for something, I don't know if you're planning on traveling or if you're planning on something else, you might run into someone with that, or you're working towards your goals, and while working towards your goals, you're gonna meet someone. Like, for instance, if you are working out and going to the gym, you might be meeting someone there. That's the sort of energy that I'm getting here. So that is super interesting. And again, we have that globe here, and we had that with the world card as well, where I said you want someone to travel the world with. Maybe you are already traveling the world, or you're already making travels, and you're gonna be able to meet someone on your travels. So that's super interesting. And that is funny because when you're traveling, you could either meet a lot of people, or you could meet, like, basically like no people. Like, you're gonna come across people, but that's not necessarily like actually meet and hang out with people. It just depends on your vibe, on what you are radiating, as well as what your intent is, and if you even try to reach out to people as well. So I think that's gonna be really important for you too. I think that this is sort of a passive card. This is sort of a passive card. So I'm not saying that they're like literally gonna come to you, but you don't have to put as much effort and as much action into attracting this person as maybe you've been used to, as you've done in the past. I have Justice. This is the card of consequences as well as rewards. You know, rewards are also consequence. So whatever you put out there in the world is what you're gonna get back. So if you're gonna be like super passive and not take any action, well, nobody's gonna take action for you as well. Nobody's gonna fight for you if you don't even put yourself out there. So it's like that. It's like you have to put yourself out there if you want people to find you, to even see if they find you attractive, and to see if they wanna, I don't know, come up to you and talk to you. So it's that with the Justice card that I'm seeing. So let's take a look at a final message, what you really need to know about this. I got this card in every reading so far. The Devil. So watch out for like temptations. Watch out to not fall back into old patterns, and watch out to not fall for the same sort of person that it already didn't work out with because of their behavior, because you couldn't trust them, because all of that stuff. I think that almost like you should like make a list of what you've learned from your past relationships and your past situationships and your past like dating life, and like set up your own list of red flags that you need to look out for so it doesn't happen again. Because if you're not mindful of falling into the same patterns again, you will. So that is just what I'm getting here. Pile number 3. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope it resonated. Please let me know in the comments down below. You can book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me through the link in the description box below. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see more pick a card readings. I do these all the time and they're super fun. So yeah, thanks in advance. I would love to have you here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Hi, pile number 4. You chose the Tiger Eye crystal. Really pretty crystal. I love Tiger's Eye. So let's take a look at if you chose the right pile. I'm going to tune into your energy, see what you are about right now, the energy that I can pick up on around you. I have the Hierophant card. This could be someone who's very spiritual, someone who's a teacher, someone who's very influential. So we could see this as a couple of ways. We could see it as, yeah, I think you are very inspiring to people. The Hierophant card is also the tarot card that is associated to Taurus. So maybe you have a lot of Taurus-like qualities, like enjoying comfort, being very grounded, or wanting to be very grounded. Maybe it's something that you are struggling with a little bit. What is that sort of energy with the Hierophant? The Hierophant is about tradition as well. So you might be looking for something that's very traditional. You want to, not necessarily like trad wife sort of vibes, but definitely more of you want the nice house. You want to be like a monogamous sort of couple who marries and possibly even has children. That is sort of what you want. You want that dream life almost. Let's see what else I can get for you. I have the Six of Wands. This is about recognition. It's about being proud of how far you've come. And I think that you are. Maybe that is not something that necessarily was the case in the past. You might have been a little bit of a more insecure person before this, but now you are able to celebrate your wins. You are able to look at how far you've come and to celebrate your milestones, but also knowing that the journey is not over yet, but you would really like the rest of the journey to be accompanied by someone. You know, that's sort of the idea that I'm getting here. Let's see what else I can get on your energy, and then we'll move on to... Ooh, I have the Ace of Swords. This is like brain fog lifting, finding clarity, finding truth. And I feel like maybe recently you've had like this revelation where things just sort of fell into place, and now you're really ready for a relationship, for something fun. This is also about finding out, I just yawned, I'm sorry. Finding out about a truth. That is also something that is associated with the Ace of Swords. I don't really know what to connect that on, but maybe it connects for you. So I just wanted to have said that. Okay, let's take a look at what are you looking for? Like, what do you find attractive? What is like your ideal sort of partner? What does that look like? Judgment. This is to me like holding up a mirror and really reflecting and what is that other world? Realizing. The two R's to me are with the Judgment, reflection and realization of, ooh, that's interesting. Like, does that mean that you want someone who can sort of confront you with yourself, with your own behavior, and hold a mirror up to you? Is that what you are looking for in someone? Or are you looking for someone who can do that with themselves? So you want someone who is very self-aware. You don't want these people who are not serious, who aren't self-aware at all. I think you're too smart for that. I think you need someone who is very smart as well. I think, yeah, that is what I'm getting. Especially with the Ace of Swords here in your energy, I think that you are very smart. And you want someone who's on a similar level. Like maybe you've recently really been through the self-realization process, through the self-reflection process, and you need someone who is on your level. So that is what you're sort of looking for. So let's see what else I can get for you. Ooh. I have the Sun. You want someone not only to totally be themselves with you, you want things to be clear, you want things to be fun, but you want things to be very clear and to be very authentic between the two of you. That means you want them to be their authentic self, but you also really, really need someone who you can be your authentic self with. Of course, you want someone who totally embraces the entirety of your person. So you want someone who has a positive outlook on life. Yeah, like, you don't want maybe necessarily an idealist or something like that. You want a realist, but you also want someone who has a positive outlook on life. Yeah, I think you do too. Maybe you haven't always had a positive outlook on life, but if you get into a relationship with a pessimist, it's only gonna drag you down. And you want someone who's gonna spiritually and emotionally lift you up. That is what you need. So let's see what else. What are you looking for? What do you need? I have the Magician. That's interesting. The Magician is about taking action, but taking inspired action, taking action towards a certain goal. It's also about resourcefulness. So you want someone who, again, who is smart, who makes use of what they have. You want someone who isn't passive and sitting back. You want someone who's active, who's taking action, who's doing things. You want someone, how do I want to say this? I don't know how to say this. You both want to be active, or you want the both of you to be active. You don't want to, like, I'm not saying you don't want to just sit on a couch and watch a movie, because there's always a time and a place for that, but I think you really like to go out and do something fun out of the house as well. Like, there's, like I said, a time and a place to just be at home and enjoy each other's company that way, but I do think that for you it's going to be really important to get to know them outside of the house as well. So how are you going to find them? How are you going to find them? How are you going to find this perfect person? This is the King of Wands. They have very strong fire energy. The King of Wands specifically is Leo, so they might even be a Leo, which is interesting because I always also associate the Six of Wands with Leo energy as well. But the King of Wands is very inspiring leader. You might, I have talked about travel a lot in these readings. I don't know, maybe it's relevant. But you might find them on your travels, or this is someone who inspires. They are a leader. They might have their own company, something like that. But when you are in surroundings, in an environment where there are, like, I don't know, where there are more leaders or something. I don't know why I'm thinking that. It might make sense for you. It might make not sense for you. I'm sorry. But that's what it sort of is popping into my head when I'm looking at this. But you're gonna be so attracted to them instantly. It's gonna be like you see them and there is an instant spark. I have the Two of Swords. This is about making a decision. So it doesn't all have to be like super easy. There might be, I don't want to say sacrifice, but sort of like, if you want to make it work with this, there might be something that you need to sacrifice. It's not gonna be like a super huge thing. I don't think so. This is about making a decision while not knowing everything. So it's like making a decision to sort of sacrifice something in order to try and make it work with it. But of course you don't really know them yet. So that is where the blindfold is coming from. It's like making a decision with the blindfold on because you don't know everything yet about this person. Also the Ten of Pentacles. You're gonna bond over that you have the same goals in life, that you both want a family, you both want this traditional stuff that I saw with the Hierophant as well, with your energy. That is what you're gonna bond over. You're gonna have the same goals, you're gonna have similar goals, you both want the same thing in regards to that, and that is something that you can really easily find out. Like, not necessarily on the first date, but I think that it is something, especially when you're adults and you are looking for a life partner. You know, not everything has to be like super serious from date one, but I do think that when you are in an adult relationship, those are things that you talk about sort of semi early on to know if you're not going to waste your time. Like, if you want kids and you go through an entire relationship and then suddenly years after you find out they don't want kids, you're not going to sacrifice that. It's also the other way around. Like, if you don't want kids and you've never voiced that and they've never voiced their desire to have kids, once you're years into the relationship and then you're like, oh, they want kids? Well, I really don't want kids. You know, it's that sort of energy. So you're going to want to figure that out soon. Not like I said, not like first or second date soon, but you want to know that you're not going to basically waste your time with someone. Okay, let's take a look. What other things do you need to know about this potential relationship, this person? I have Temperance. I had that for the first reading as well. So Temperance is about finding balance, finding a balance in your roles, in your equality, knowing that both of you are equal, that there's not a power imbalance. This is also about healing. I don't think I really picked up on a lot of your past relationships, but there might be something in your past that you need to heal from. And that is it with the Temperance card. Healing, finding balance, being equal, knowing that you are equal, and that is going to be something that is really important in your relationship. So pile number 4, this was your reading. Let me know in the comments down below how it resonated. You can also book a personal one-on-one tarot reading with me through the link in the description box below. Subscribe to this channel if you want to see more pick a card readings, because I do them all the time. And thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time.